Hello all my Kenvians, and welcome to a new episode of Discovering Steven Universe. Just so you know, I did check and I am watching these in order. It's just that Hulu apparently is a little bit strange with its numbering of episodes per season. So that just kind of had me confused in the previous video. Also want to apologize for any fireworks or strange noises that you might hear in the background. It is currently the 3rd of July as I'm recording this, and people just can't wait for tomorrow here in the US, apparently. So, the episode I'm going to be watching tonight, or now, yes, is The New Lars. And I'm curious what's going to happen here. Is Lars turning a new leaf? Does he get affected by some power of Steven's or something like that? I honestly don't know, as usual going into these, but there's only one way to find out, of course, and that is to give the episode a try. So I'm going to get this started, and I'm going to let Bella out of the room because she's going to go crazy because the door is closed on her. But anyway, let's go. Yes.
And the sloth, hailing from the
Spirit animal.
South America. Who should be crowned the king of the hanging around doing nothing mammal?
Sloth!
I think sloth. Yeah, we will. Hey, Steven, you're staring a little bit. No, I'm not. Do you want to hang out with Sadie? Dating. And if she thinks we are, that's her problem. You're lying.
His voice sounds
How do you
different.
feel about Sadie? Wait a minute.
Uh-oh.
This isn't the temple. This isn't my voice.
Uh-oh.
I'm Lars?
But...
I'm naked! Hey, Onion, look! I'm Lars! It's fucking sour cream. You're really cool and pretty and fun to be around.
Lars, this is so unlike you.
I see this backfiring heavily.
Huh?
Oh, this is going to end so badly.
Hey, gee, I need to know. How do you really feel about me?
Oh.
Isn't it obvious? I love you!
Oh, God.
What are you doing?
Finally telling you!
Oh, speak of the devil. Where's he going? Where's that girl?
Let's follow him and find out.
Oh, God.
Please don't make a scene, Laramie.
Oh, God.
Hey, Lars,
What did you say to her?
I said you loved her.
What did she say?
She thought you'd only say something like that to her.
Yeah, I guess she's right.
Oh, he loves her.
Why everyone likes the you, me, but bring a movie to watch or something.
Okay.
Awesome.
Yay. Okay, I'm just gonna... I've been keeping the end music going for a little bit just because I know that it can point things out sometimes, but for the last several episodes it's basically been the same thing. That doesn't mean I will be changing it at any point, or I'll still kind of start listening, but regardless. Anyway, this episode, The New Lars. Wow. I mean, okay. And I'll continue to say this. I know you all hate it when I call an episode this. But this was a filler episode. It did give us insight into one of Steven's powers. It's kind of an extension of the powers that we've seen before, really. But it gave us more of an insight into Lars's life and into Lars and Sadie's relationship. Now, is Lars, by and large, just a big jerk to censor it? Yes. Yes, he is. The way that everyone reacts to him being nice makes that clear. The way he acts in general makes that clear. But I really do enjoy these episodes of getting to know a bit more about these characters, of getting to know a bit more about Lars and about Sadie. And yeah, Lars is a jerk, but there's the potential for him to be redeemed. There is a good person underneath that exterior that just wants to be a rebel and doesn't care about school and apparently worries his parents greatly. And who knows, there might, as far as the cool kids go, maybe he will one day act like a person that they want to be around, like Steven. The biggest feeling, like, my favorite thing about this episode is how the episode made me feel for a significant portion. I mean, yeah, when it first happened that Steven found out he was in Lars's body, it was pretty funny. Hi, baby Bella. But then just like this sinking feeling of this is going to get really bad started setting in. And honestly, I'm glad it didn't turn out that way. I'm glad that they took my expectations with what was going on in this episode of, with Steven telling Sadie that Lars loves her and all that kind of stuff. I was expecting Sadie to react positively to that and like there to be major fallout from that afterward. And just everything that kept happening, I was just like, oh God, oh, this is going to blow up so badly. But in the end, it worked out amazingly. This was such a well-written episode. Yes, again, I consider it filler just because I don't feel like it is part of the main plot of the show, which is more the intergalactic, homeworld gyms and all that. I apologize for using that term how I do, but as a whole, just getting to know more about these characters and experiencing what we did and how this episode made me feel. If you were to categorize this episode as a filler episode, I would personally consider it to be the best of the filler episodes. So I hope that at least puts a smile on some people's faces. I can't really think. As far as like a quote of the episode goes, I would say just the comparison between the koalas and the sloths. I mean, I know it's not really a quote, but just that whole dialogue or discussion, I kind of loved it because it's adorable and it's so strange and asinine. And also, I love sloths. I love koalas too, but sloth is my, and again, I know people hate it when some people use this term, but my spirit animal. But yeah, that would be like just one of the kind of highlights as far as lines that stand out to me. Basically everything that Steven said as Lars, I feel like was easily quote worthy, especially when he's all super excited and around the cool kids. When Lars with his parents said, it was along the lines of, I'm going to do my best to be a good son, or something along those lines. it was just the way that it was put in the episode, and the way that it so clearly works with the relationship that Lars has with his parents. I really enjoyed the way that they did that, and just the way that it was written. Really just all the dialogue for this episode when Steven is in Lars's body was gold. It was very, very well done. And I feel like I am super rambling right now, and I think for the next recording session I am actually going to take some notes just to make this a little bit easier on me, and we'll see how that works aside from, you know, this more off the cuff, off the top of my head kind of deal, which I feel can get a bit chaotic when I try to, you know, remember too many things that are going on. But as a whole, I look forward to, in the future, seeing more about Lars and Sadie, their family, their interactions with different people, and seeing how that relationship might progress in the future. I mean, well, you know, based on the evidence we have, I think it will progress in the future. But that aside, I'm ready to move on and get into the next episode, which will be in my next recording session. The next episode will be Beach City Drift. And I'm going to assume this will probably be another filler episode. I hope I'm wrong, though. But until next time, everyone, please let me know what you think of this episode in the comments down below. Let me know what you think about what I had to say here. You know, leave me your feedback on just the whole format of how I'm doing things right now. Everything you all have been leaving in the comments in that regard have been very helpful, and I'm trying to take it into consideration when making these episodes. And also, if you are interested at all in being able to see episodes like this and others anywhere from a day or more ahead of time before they go live on YouTube, you can go over to the Patreon account, or the Patreon campaign for PapaKennMedia. There's a link in the description down below, as well as at the end of this video. It's patreon.com/PapaKennMedia. And for as little as $1 a month, you can become a patron and, again, get early access to these videos, as well as other things that I might think of in the future, potentially. We'll have to wait and see. But until next time, everyone, I am Papa Kenn. Bella is probably going to fall asleep on my lap right now, and I will see you in the next episode of Discovering Steven Universe.